Are you feeling tired lately and you feel that your nervous system cannot calm down? Do you feel that there is a little voice inside of yourself that you try to listen to, but there's so much noise around that you need to silence it? It's easier to silence that little voice than all the noise around. That's a sign that your nervous system is overloaded. And I myself, I believed in a life where you just outperform yourself. You have like this idealized picture where you have your coffee at hand and you go to your work and you're so successful, you earn a lot, you have your dream car, dream house, dream marriage, and everybody looks at you and it's like, wow, that vision of you. That vision of you that comes out of a TV advertisement. I can tell you, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And the more you push yourself over your limits, the more you lose connection with your soul and your physical body. And that is why your nervous system is completely overloaded. You push too hard. And so, myself, long time ago, I started struggling and seeing the signs where I was not myself anymore and I was trying to be something that was promoted by society. And so I changed. Hello. My name is Eléa, and here are a few things that I stopped to start feeling myself again. No, I didn't ask ChatGPT or something else. This is really genuinely me. And so we're diving straight into it. It's just five little things. Maybe there are much more, but these are really things that were so obvious to me to talk about. And I hope it can change something for you. So, if you have time, grab some tea, which I always have tea with me. Today we're drinking Darjeeling. We're in spring. Louis is enjoying himself, and if you have some noise around, it's because the neighbor is enjoying his garage time. I believe he's fixing something. So, the first thing I want to talk about is social theater, and we all play a part in it. It's just that sometimes you can cancel it out and search for something more genuine. That is a very beautiful song, man. Almost a pity to speak over it. Okay. So the social theater, the fake smiles. Sometimes to a point where the day after you feel like the smile hurted your face. Really? And then you have this thing where you have like shallow conversation. So you listen to somebody, then you recognize something of yourself in that story, and you feel like, okay, now let's talk about my thing. And then you talk about an aunt of your uncle, of your mom's dad that is already deceased, and nobody cares. But people are nodding all the time, like, yeah, yeah, because you're participating in that social event with your beer shy at your side, cramping on it like it's your last savior. And then you have something else that I observed, and it's like this tribal behavior, the shouting, the hanging around, the hugging, the most important person in the group, showing that you belong, because everybody wants to be in and nobody wants to be out. But that type of behaviors and conversations, they lead to shallowness and energy that has no positive output for yourself. And that is my own perspective. And I can tell you, on my 40 years old, I don't participate in these events anymore because they were so draining. And I was always and constantly asking my father, for example, why is this not made for me? Why do I feel so excluded? Why do people shout so much? And then I feel like sitting aside is the best thing for me to do because I find the behavior of others so strange. But in the end, going to these soirees, for me personally, was really exhausting. And so I stopped going. And what I put in place is I have a very few very, very good friends. And so I see them occasionally. Some friends I see every month, some I see more often, and some I can really count on. Like, you want to really see something and you want to hang out in the city, you count on them. But there are friends, I just see them 3 times in a year, and sometimes conversations are not that full and existential or philosophical, but we have a nice, elegant moment sitting in a very beautiful hotel, for example, eating pastries with tea. It feels like elegance embodying myself, and that I really like. That is filling me, that is filling my cup. Now, that is something you build over time. You recognize people who have the same, or an energy that fills you, an energy that brings you life. So that is one of the things I'm telling you is just stop faking smiles. You don't have to. In the end, I stopped smiling. I don't have to smile. I don't have to prove anything. And you don't have to prove anything. And that's why one of the reasons why your nervous system is overloaded. Okay, so let's go to the second one. The second thing I see a lot, and I probably did the same for a long time, is retail therapy, shopping, is not a way to emotionally relieve yourself or feel satisfied. Definitely, you can please yourself with a dress sometimes, but coming back to yourself and giving yourself another overload of information, it's not helping you. When your nervous system is saying stop, don't go for shopping. Reassess. What is it that makes me feel emotionally fulfilled? And it's not spending money. It is not relieving yourself with a new handbag, and you probably already have plenty. Your nervous system wants less information. To be able to listen to that little voice inside that says, this really feeds me. So the third thing is something really particular to my own evolution. I used to listen to a lot of Joe Dispenza videos. And so he's always saying like, how do you change yourself if you don't change your routine? How to manifest another life if you're not changing anything about yourself and the way you behave in life. And I came to a conclusion just sitting in the car and always listening to the same music, pop music. I was listening to music that was filled with anger, sexuality, war on yourself, on others, um, lyrics that were reflecting a very poor vocabulary. And you can do it consciously while singing the lyrics with the song, or just unconsciously you're listening on the background, you have the music playing. And so at one time I was just like, there's something wrong with the music we're listening to. Also, the beats and the rhythmics are almost hypnotic. And so I started listening to classical music. So we have a radio in Flanders, Belgium, called Clara. So I started listening to Clara. Not only was the music classical, so um, almost like elevating your soul, but also the speakers were talking about arts and history and poetry also. I felt like belonging to another level. And not only did my behavior change or my mindset change, also my vocabulary tended to improve. And I felt like growing and stepping out of the car, because mostly I listened to music inside of the car, radio inside of the car. I felt really that my soul was elevating. And every time I was just stepping into the car, sometimes it was it could have been jazz or classical music or something ethnical. My emotions were from another level than when I was just hypnotically and uncontrollably listening to pop songs daily. And there's also another thing I stopped doing is I stopped arguing. That came like this. I was I was listening to a few people sitting at a table and arguing about COVID. Everybody had like another opinion, and some were shouting at others for being vaccinated or not, or having other opinions on a certain doctor. It didn't solve anything, it was just ruining the moment. And so I remember just sitting back and looking at it and not participating. And from that moment on, I will continuously not argue. So if somebody was being aggressing me in a certain situation, if it was important, I would make my point. If it was not, I would just would just walk away, leaving, leaving. You can name it arrogance or just trying to save your soul and energy. The fifth one is so obvious. So obvious. I stopped being at war with myself. And so I had a war with plenty of things like everybody has. Like you can be your weight, your age, your the quality of your hair, um, anything. Please just name it. For example, I was a very introvert person when I was a kid. And so throughout the years, people didn't understand me and they pushed me towards behavior that was putting me in a position where I had to wear a mask, invent a vocabulary that wasn't mine because my thought process as a kid was internal, not external. So whatever came external didn't feel like mine because I had to, I was forced to say things. It was not easy for me. With the age and time, you also come to school, and in school or in society, there is no reward system for introvert people because we don't express. And so I went to law school, and of course, you're forced to. And so I invented this thing, which is the mask. I saw people performing, and I was like, you have to be exactly like them. So you train yourself to be exactly like them, even using their words and not being yourself. And that was one of the wars. Now I forget about it. I want to be internally just myself and talk to myself in my mind. Very fine. I just sit beside and I talk whenever I want to. Easy. And especially women have this war on age going on, like the Botox and keep yourself fit. And sometimes the result is not elegant. I think we sometimes forget that aging can go in grace and with elegance and not just about the physical aspect. I believe that if you nurture your inner side, your inner landscape, you have so much more softer sides of you to offer that even your external figure changes with it. Let's conclude here. The person you are becoming and who is here sitting, listening to a video about being tired and having an overloaded nervous system. He's actually asking, can I have some quiet around me so I can focus what really matters to the person I am, the unique person I am, so I can build my own perspective on how I can build my inner landscape through the conversations I have, the people I surround myself with, the music I'm listening to consciously and unconsciously, my expenses, what I consume, what I feed myself, how I express myself by avoiding arguments, and especially by not putting a war on yourself. That person is sitting here and listening to that video, and I'm telling you, build your inner landscape and just cancel out whatever is pressuring you and making it very difficult for you to listen to your inner voice. The thing you silence automatically by doing whatever society is expecting you to do. And that is a pressure you put on yourself. And it's a responsibility for you to act on yourself right now. And to take the decision to calm yourself down, to sit with yourself, to take yourself in hands. Because you only have one life. The weather is actually quite good now. It's changing all the time. It's good, bad, but I like it. As long as it's not too cold and I can enjoy the garden. Enjoy your life. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have questions and what I can do better. I'm doing my best. Oh, I prepared myself. Okay, see you on the next video.